What's up, guys? It's Finley, and welcome to week 1 of College Game Day. Let's get into it. Welcome back. This is week 1 of College Game Day. College football is back. I am so excited. Games are going to be full capacity this year, which I missed last year. There are a ton of great matchups this week. This may be one of the best weeks of college football we have ever seen. So let's get right into these games because there's going to be a lot. So I'm filming this on Wednesday, September 1st. So the Appalachian State ECU game has not happened. The South Florida NC State game has not happened. The UNC Virginia Tech game right here has not happened. So this is, I have no clue who's going to win these games. So let's start off with Thursday, September 2nd, where we have some good matchups on that night. So first off, we have the Citadel and Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina was a surprise team last year. They ended up being in the top 20 at one point. They beat BYU. That was a big game. So I'm going to go with the higher ranked team here, Coastal Carolina. They're number 22 in the country. They're favorited. They are, favorited by 35 points. So obviously, I'm going to go with them. Our next matchup, we have Utah and Weber State. Utah, top 25 team. They're favorited by 30 points. So I'm going to go with Utah on this. Utah is my sleeper pick. I think they'll be in the Pac-12 championship. Don't know if they'll win it. We'll see how the season plays out for them, and, we'll go from there. Next matchup, we have Ohio State and Minnesota. Ohio State comes into this as 14-point favorites, although I do think they'll win by more. I'm not a big fan of Ohio State, but I am going to pick them to win because they're a top 5 team, and Minnesota is not ranked. Our next matchup is going to be NC State versus South Florida, and on this channel, one of the rules that we made when I first started making these videos was we never pick NC State to win, we never pick Duke to win, and you'll learn about the other rule later in the video. So obviously I'm going to pick South Florida to win. Even if I don't think they'll win, I have to pick them. Our next matchup, a matchup that I'm really excited to watch, Appalachian State and East Carolina. It's in Charlotte. It's going to be an amazing game. I think the crowd's going to be great. So I think I'm going to go with Appalachian State on this one. Their football program has been great recently, so I think they're going to continue that. ECU, I think they're going to be really good this year, or pretty good this year. Definitely a step up from the past few years when they've just been decent and almost bad. So App State wins this one. So now we're going to move on to Friday, September 3rd, and there are some great, actually we're just going to move on to Saturday because the only Friday game is our main game. So the first game we have is number 2 Oklahoma and Tulane. Oklahoma, they're favorited by 31 points. Spencer Rattler, Heisman candidate. So I'm going to pick Oklahoma on this one. In our next matchup, a good Big Ten face-off between Penn State and Wisconsin. Honestly, I think that Penn State is going to be a little bit overrated this year. Wisconsin is favorited by five points, and I'm going to pick Wisconsin on this one. They're the higher rate team, so I'm just going to pick them. Next matchup, Oregon and Fresno State. Now, Fresno State played last week, and they're actually 1-0. But Oregon, number 11 in the country, they're favored by 20 points. Oregon will come out with this win. Our next matchup, Alabama and Miami. Coming into, it's in Atlanta, Chick-fil-A kickoff game. I really think that Alabama is going to wipe the floor with Miami. I think that's just a thought that I have. Some people may disagree, but Alabama, they're defending national champions. I don't think Miami scores over 14 points. Next matchup, Cincinnati and Miami of Ohio. Cincinnati, top 10 team, number 8 in the country, favored by 22 points. Cincinnati wins this one. Next matchup, another good Big Ten matchup, Indiana and Iowa. Indiana was a surprise team last year, almost beat Ohio State. This year, I think they're going to be still good. I think they're a little overrated. So I'm going to pick Iowa. They're favored by 3 points. Iowa wins. Our next matchup, Northern Iowa and Iowa State. Iowa State, top 10 team, number 7 in the country. Iowa State wins. They're favorited, or actually doesn't have them favorited, so I don't know. This game is going to be really close, I think. It's Louisiana and Texas. Louisiana, number 23 in the country. Texas, number 21. So it's, they're close in the rankings. So I think I'm going to go with Louisiana on this one. I think that, Texas is going to be overly confident. They're usually overrated. I think this year is no different. Louisiana gets the win. Next matchup, San Jose State versus USC. USC, number 15 in the country. It's at USC. I think USC is going to take it. And then one of the biggest games of the year, and it's only week 1, Georgia and Clemson. Coming into this, Georgia's number 5 in the country. Clemson's number 3. Clemson is favorited by 3 points. I'm going to make a bold prediction. Georgia 30, Clemson 14. That has been my prediction for the past month now, and we'll see if it comes to life on Saturday. Next matchup, Florida Atlantic versus Florida. Florida, top 15 as usual, favorited by 23 points. Florida wins. Next matchup, Kent State and Texas A&M. Texas A&M, number 6 team in the country. Props to them for winning the Orange Bowl. I got to give them respect, although we would have beaten them if we had all our players. I'm just going to say it. Texas A&M wins. I don't think Kent State can pull that off. Next up, we have Washington versus Montana. Washington, number 20 in the country. Solid football program. I think Washington wins this. Then we have LSU and UCLA. UCLA starting out season 1-0. They played last week against Hawaii. I'm pretty sure they beat them pretty bad. LSU, number 16 team in the country. LSU's favored by 3 points. I got LSU, even though it's at UCLA, which will be fairly hard for the Tigers, but I think they'll overcome that. And one of the biggest games, on Sunday, September 5th, we have Notre Dame and Florida State at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. I think the home crowd's gonna be a huge advantage for Florida State, much as like it was against UNC last year. But I don't think that will be enough. I think it will be close, but I think I got Notre Dame in this one. And our final matchup of the night, these two beautiful teams right here, or one's gross, one's beautiful. North Carolina and Virginia Tech. North Carolina coming into this one, I believe, is 6-point favorites. I think that a big factor in the game, and the only thing that I'm nervous about for the Heels, is Virginia Tech's crowd. Sold out Lane Stadium. They don't mess around there. I think it can be quite intimidating, but we have Heisman Howell on our team, so I'm picking the Tar Heels right here. All right, that's gonna do it for week 1 of college picks. Come back next week to see who I pick next week. I think there's some great games next week. North Carolina has their first home game, which I will be attending. And yeah, thank you for watching.